Welcome to another episode of Space Diesel. Um, so good to have you here. Today I'm going to be a sellout and talk about my experiences with network marketing. Can you make money at it? Should you go out there and find a product? What kind of products should you look for? All great questions. So you'll find out I'm not actually selling out. I'm just responding to these questions. I'm just providing answers for your information, exactly about these things that people are curious about in the beginning. And to date, I really haven't made any money at network marketing, but I haven't even tried. In the beginning, as I understand it, there's an evaluation period for you. You take your time and you try the products little by little as you can afford them. As you can afford them, the yearly fee to be a distributor, where there is one, there isn't always one. New Skin doesn't charge one. Amway does, Shackley does, and Lifestyles does. A lot of them do, but they're reasonable. Well, they don't seem reasonable in the beginning. But let me tell you why they're reasonable. I've benefited in a few ways from doing this, even if I have not made money directly. And that's because I didn't try at all. I don't have any connections. Due to COVID, I don't get around that much. But there are ways to start casual conversations with people, and they teach this in Amway. So the coaches I have in Amway could definitely help you and me make money. That's another situation where that coaching costs extra. You may not have it. So in the beginning, you may be on your own, sort of, and you may not be attending all of that training and learning how to start those conversations and make those sales conversions and talk to people about the product. But you also need to check out the product. So recently, I've discovered how much lifestyle-based network marketing products are, how you're selling a lifestyle. Let me explain. For example, they most all of the companies that have to do with supplementation, supplements, and wellness offer things in certain categories of nutrition. Weight loss, weight gain and building muscle, just general health and nutrition, the latest vitamins and research products that will improve your overall feeling of being well, overall ability to fight off sickness and be in good health. And so they all have supplements lines. Of course, network marketing is not limited in any way to health and wellness. That's just the area I play in. But so I discovered that New Skin has this great product that gives you a multivitamin that you just mix with water and you drink as a drink. And it's a pleasant way to get all sorts of vitamins that you need, that you didn't know you need, but you need, that you can't get in regular sources. So they also have several different types of protein. They have a pea protein, so a PEA, so the vegetable. I'm not talking about urine. I actually like isolated pea protein. I think it's a healthy and sustainable and clean burning fuel. So when I saw the vanilla shake, I was excited. I knew that when I can afford that, that'll be the next product I try along with the vitamins. And I expect that this stuff will help me through my workout. I've resumed working out officially. Not that I've actually started, but I've gotten involved with the gym. And I want results, and I have an idea and a plan and a game plan, and I'm going to bring my A game and go to the gym every chance I get and use these supplements to be the to have the figure I want to be the guy I want to be, to have the strength, to have the endurance, running strength, physical strength that you can see in my arms, and whatnot. So that's my goal, and they have plenty of products that will help you shed extra weight, that will help you control your weight, that will help you reach your fitness goals, that will help you build lean muscle. Amway has a couple of products. They have some muscle pills, some supplements that you can take to boost your performance and stamina. They have excess energy bars. I really like the excess energy bars, especially the blueberry. I think they give you good nutrition. I do notice, yes, there is a little heartburn with some of the products that Amway has. So maybe I would go New Skin for a lot of them. I don't think New Skin shakes necessarily have that, or that the milks, the shakes that Amway has would do that. But yeah, most of their stuff is dairy based. They have a dissolving fluid, a liquid in a liquid form, like a little, I don't know how you would explain that, little capsule. Yeah, a capsule. So you drop the capsule into milk or your drink, and it dissolves. So it's a very convenient energy form. I don't know if they have a vegan drink. They probably do, but I know that New Skin has a vegan drink. I also work with this thing called Lifestyles, and they have just one or two products. They have 3 products or so, and one of them is called Intra, and I've shown it on here. It's like a form of noni. It has 23 different herbal blends, or it's an herbal blend of 23 different herbs, and you drink it at night for health and wellness and best results. I've heard that people have staved off even COVID-19, that they believe it helps supplement the immune system. And I do like that product. I get it when I have a chance to buy it, but I'm exploring so many different things. So right now, pretty much focused on New Skin. As I said, New Skin doesn't have a buy-in, so you could join with me, and even though I wouldn't really directly benefit a lot from you being there for a while, you could sell with me for free. So if you're interested in that, drop me a line. And also the other two, Amway's, where you can learn the skills, learn the trade. Doing this, just being enrolled, paying that annual fee, has given me incentive, has lit a fire under me to start contending, to start seeing what I could do with sales. So eventually I looked online for something I could do at home for various reasons, and COVID being one of them, right? And everything. So they were actually sales jobs. So I wouldn't have previously considered them. I wouldn't have thought of them, wouldn't have been interested in them. But now that I see how formulaic it is to run sales, I'm gradually progressing. So the first job that I got, that I currently work, we support scheduling for a surgical company. They offer a life improvement products as well, but first I started with Amway, and I built from there. It started with that. My current job has given me more skills, and the next one up is life insurance, getting licensed, selling life insurance as a licensed producer. And of course, that doesn't sound like the type of thing people want to do all their lives. So I do feel that I will be able to talk about these products my whole life, even if I'm a licensed doctor, even if I'm a therapist, that if people reach out to me during free time at parties or what have you, that I would have no problem explaining something that could make them money, save them money, or that they may already use, that replaces products they already use or improves their lives in some way. So I'm not that shy about talking about it. It's sort of hard to get leads in the beginning if you don't know what you're doing, but this is an example of guerrilla marketing right here. You can do all sorts of web-based marketing. The New Skin company teaches about how to use social media to your advantage. So there are videos about that by the CEO of New Skin and what have you. So all of the companies have some degree of support. Now, some of them are sort of independent, like Lifestyles is more independent. You have the advantage of an all-natural, organic product from Canada that is relatively new to the market. So with that one, things like that, these are ways to sell people that you didn't think you could sell. People that are already involved in network marketing have not that much interest in something new, or even if they do, a lot of them do actually, but they're willing to check out a product that is different, that has no territory yet, very little territory, very few people know about it. So that's a good one too. I consider it a back pocket opportunity because they do put corn syrup in their products. Intra has some corn syrup in it, and the pills I think have cellulose. So or maltodextrin. So I'm a little bit wary about those ingredients. I live a clean, green lifestyle, and Amway doesn't have any of that that I can think of. New Skin also probably none of that, and places like Shockley, they don't have any of those ingredients. So that's the reason why that particular opportunity is not my favorite or best loved, but I do also see good in it and potential to improve your health, fend off disease, maybe get some better results of supplementation of, again, botanicals and nutrients that you wouldn't otherwise get, that are harder to find. So you won't necessarily make money the first year, but $50 or $60, it's even possibly $70 in some cases for the annual fees. These are worth it. Like I said, I wouldn't have gotten either of the other two jobs started if I hadn't taken that initiative initially with New Skin or Amway and pushed myself to get into sales, which is one of the biggest industries outside of entertainment. And it sort of is like being an actor. There are similarities to acting and sales, but you find it's not all acting. It's a genuine sector of products that people use that are increasingly sustainable, increasingly green, and even as a tree hugger and an ecologist, I can look at the practices of these businesses and say they're not terrible to the environment. They're not dumping huge amounts of waste. They're trying to be clean and green. They're trying to reduce their packaging. They're trying to be sustainable. They sustainably source ingredients. Like New Skin will get some of their mud from Canada. Some of the facial mud that they have in some of their products to help the skin. And Amway has whole videos about how they source their ingredients, like how they get their calcium from sustainable, what are those things called? So like sea and stuff you wouldn't think was sustainable, like coral. coral calcium, right? You wouldn't think is sustainable, but theirs is actually from like Iceland or Denmark and or Norway, and it's actually there's so much of that stuff, and it's just there. It's not a living organism, from what I understand. That coral, like if it was a living organism, that would be another issue entirely, right? But from my understanding, it's just like deposits of calcium in the ocean. If it was a living organism, it no longer is. It's just fossilized, and there's so much of this stuff that if it's left there, it won't do any good. Like it's a resource that can be renewed, and there's incredible amounts of it, and it's great for the health. So that's in their supplement, and you know, they're not raiding indigenous lands. They're not doing anything nasty like that. Actually, they have partners that are more or less indigenous run farms and sort of smaller farms around the world that grow some of their resources and crops sustainably. So they do try to treat their workers well. They do try to practice fair trade, and I believe that with the opportunity, you can be treated well also. So, you know, it's unlikely that I'm talking trash or that you can catch me in a lie. Certainly, I'm not knowingly deceiving you when I say these things and make these claims, but yeah, if this is damaging to the environment, I hope that it won't be in my hands anymore. I hope that for the purpose of living right livelihood, which is always important to me, I would get corrected. But so far, even the more philosophical I get with Buddhism and Taoism and reading about ancient philosophy, the more I feel like I'm doing something which is okay with the Buddha, which is congruent with those practices. You know, I'm not selling out. I'm not out there. I'm not even dialing for dollars. I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to make money for no reason at all. Every penny that I make goes into my nonprofits, my businesses, my initiatives that I'm starting, that I'm working on, my life's work that I want to use to improve people's lives. So I can say honestly that I think you would benefit from network marketing, and that it's not as immoral as people seem to say or popular culture suggests. We have sort of the mafia and the mob. We have them against us. We have power players against us that want us to stay, you know, in the trap of paying rent and working to pay rent to survive in serfdom, right? And it's still serfdom, and it's still working for the vassal, and they want to perpetuate that. So they make it, they use the same tactics that they used 2,500 years ago of religion and coming against us with like, oh, you're a sellout, or this is bullshit, or you're ripping people off, or you're destroying the environment, and you're such a bad person, when in fact, actually, it's the other sector that is doing that. It's the oil and gas sector, it's the high profit, big money, big operations that are doing that sort of stuff. We're not doing that. So, even as independent as I am, and as reluctant, and that's why I was reluctant to be in sales at all, because from my interpretation of Buddhism particularly, I didn't feel that sales was right livelihood, even though the Buddha may well have done it himself. Paramahansa Yogi Nanda, who is similar to the Buddha in a modern way, created a foundation that does marketing, essentially did marketing himself, right? So sales and marketing are necessary in the distribution system because we have all these products coming out, and if no one's going to buy them, the whole thing will not be sustainable. The whole business will fail. The whole company will not last. So there is a need. There is a need for the product. There is no harm that I'm aware of in most of these companies. I'm not saying all of them because you have to be very careful which companies you select, right? Are they living up to their claims? Are they living up to their value and their promises? Are you getting any value from them? Do they have a value plan in place? Now, when you look at these products, they are expensive. When I order a pack of nutrition bars, I think they're like $30. So you can throw money away, you can lose money, you can get ripped off, even by these companies, even by me. But you have to consider what the value is for you. Ultimately, when you break it down per piece, the cost per piece you're paying may be worth it. So if I was to say, if those bars, nutrition bars, give me heartburn, maybe not so worth it to spend $30 or so on like all that shipping. But it's only $30 if you don't get anything else. So the shipping factors in a lot. Shipping is very expensive right now. But again, you're supporting the package carriers, you know, keeping them working, keeping the sorters, everybody who does physical work regarding the distribution, you're keeping them working. And I think they're all in sales too. They all want to sell these products. So it's a very popular thing for working people. I was a security guard initially when I got into this. I had no interest in marketing. As I said, I had no idea that I would do this or go into sales, and everybody you hear telling their success story says that. So I'm on the way to success, I can tell you that, in the things I've mentioned. Gradually working up from Amway to what I do now to life insurance, right? I'll become a professional. When I'm at this level with life insurance, like I said, I don't like the idea of selling life insurance for the rest of my life. So you still have to pay the rent. I would love to have these products pay my rent. I would love to help people with their fitness goals. I would love to help people improve their skin if they have problems with their skin, disorders with the skin. I'm not a dermatologist. I don't want to necessarily do dermatology, but I can use my current position to help with things like that. You know, there's so many things that you wouldn't think of. Like, I ordered the Satinique scalp tonic from Amway. I really do appreciate that. If my scalp is itchy, it really does a good job in improving that, stopping the itch. It's great. So I really think that even though it sounds like I'm just full of bullshit and everything, because that's the reputation sales has for the reasons I mentioned, for the other faction against us, I think I've made the right decisions. I think this is helping me be an upstanding citizen. It's helping me be a better consumer, a better producer too, a better business person. Just learning the different products, just learning the different sales approach. My approach is probably non-conventional because I've wrestled all my life with anxiety disorder. I'm shy and I'm an artist. You know, I do things my own way. But I think that eventually, because I still do things their way too and follow the system, it works. When you follow the recipe, these things work a lot better. So also, when you learn these recipes, you're learning what I said: business, sales, entrepreneurialism, marketing. That's where you learn it. with these recipes, copycatting, cookie cutter approaches. That's how you get started. So why not schedule a time? Talk to me. Visit my website, kevinsoini.com, kevinsoini.com. There's a way to contact me, book a session, email me, contact me for that free one-on-one discussion about, first of all, the products, then the opportunity, and the fact that you could save or make money just by being a member or being a distributor. There's a distinction between the two. They have both levels of service. You can be like a paid member. You can just be a one-time user, just try it out. And I'm convinced that when you do try the right stuff out, you'll get results, and you'll continue sticking with it and trying it out and growing yourself and your life and your business with this stuff. You do hear people who only do this, make money at this. Like I said, for me, it's a side gig. I would love to make my living partially with this. I'm always going to be doing other activities. I'm always going to be doing other projects. I'm always going to be writing. I would love to just write full time without having to worry about paying the rent. You know, I hate paying the rent. I hate paying money to the man. You don't get a lot out of that, but you do get a lot out of I think this stuff here. Better life, better health, less weight, better sleep, less itches, less skin irritation, better skin, glowing skin, right? You look clean, you feel cleaner, you feel better, all of these things. So, I don't know, there still is a place in the world for network marketing. It's not as dead as some people make it seem. It still has life, it still has value. And as long as we have commercial society, as long as we have materialism and capitalism, which I am sometimes at odds with and don't fully agree with, because like I said, I just want to write, I just want to do things, and could be a socialist, could be comfortable with that. But we do have the system of paying the rent. We do have the system of paying the mortgage. We probably will for a long time. And this is a great answer to that, I think. As long as you don't look at it like that get-rich-quick overnight scheme opportunity that you need to invest in now. Just do your research, see if it's the right company for you, see if you like the vibe, see if you like the products, the look of them, the marketing, see if you like what they do, right? There's so many different industries that network marketing involves. I mean, wellness is just a really small portion, and it's like the beginning portion too. There's way more than that. There's probably phone products and phone cards and clothing, and there's all kinds of things. But everybody needs wellness. Everybody needs to improve their health. It might save our life in some cases. I mean, we don't want to die from some condition. I'm not making claims about that, but the products can improve health when health is really bad too. Not just when it's great, not just to make it better, not just to reach those fitness goals, but there are imperative uses for these products as well. Now, obviously, I'm not going to put that before modern medicine. I'm not going to put that before like the vaccine or cures that are scientifically based, that are scientifically proven, evidence-based. But for me, there is evidence that this stuff works. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, it's a great way to get into sales. It's a great way to get into marketing and own your own business, own a small business. You wouldn't think that just being a member of something and paying into it and letting it sit there would work, but it's actually would do anything. It's actually like a pot boiling on the stove on the back burner, and then you realize your rice is ready. You take it off the burner, you eat your rice, and you realize you've profited from doing this. Even if I was to not be able to afford, because of the way odds are stacked against us, not be able to afford my commission to same, or not be able to afford my annual fee to same business or anything, I've benefited from it, and I will eventually get around to paying it up, getting back on speed, get up to speed, and everything. Do you lose your place? Do you lose your commissions? Do you have to start again, fresh? When that happens, I believe the answer is no. I believe you keep your chain of sponsorship. I believe you have a grace period. You can pay your fees again, and then get and collect commissions, and then you won't miss it because you'll be collecting commissions on things. It's a small commission. Yes, there is the problem of I'm paying into somebody else, and yes, I can't necessarily distinguish between my landlord or somebody in my upline, one of my sponsor of my sponsor way up high in the company, as I can't, as an expense I just have to pay. So there's that reluctance to do that. But then you realize, well, when they were in the same position, potentially other people felt the same way, right? Or they felt the same. I'm sorry, they felt the same way, and they were in the same position, starting at the bottom, and trying to figure out how to make money with this. It wasn't even figured out. They were the groundbreakers, a lot of them, who got the business and the marketing together like this, who figured out how to make these opportunities available and made things the way they are now. So paying them up front hurts only when you're basically unemployed. So if you're getting the products when you're unemployed, that's probably a dumb move. You should probably just buy them when your money is good, right? And then your money will be better. But there's that need for retail therapy among us sometimes. You feel like you get a little kickback back. You want to try their products. You want to try something new. There's always something new to try. And you start to see how it could benefit you. You start to see where your lifestyle is going in relation to what these things do. So I think it's overall a good deal. Just investigate it. See if you don't get inner riches as well as potentially material wealth from this. But you definitely get inner riches, and I'm all about inner riches. And it made me less shy. I wouldn't have come before you. If you look at some of my oldest videos here, I have, my voice is shaking, and that's not even a year ago. I was really a miserable person. I was really deep in anxiety. Now, anxiety is hard to get rid of and hard to treat, so I still have it. I'm not going to say I found a miracle cure against it, but I haven't actually tried any of the network marketing products offered for that. So there are products that improve anxiety too. Focus, better mood. And so there's something called less stress, more yes. I actually did try it. I don't necessarily like the gummy form because, as I said, it has the potential to give you heartburn. There's certain ingredients, maybe the sugars, I'm not that much in agreement with. But when you get a liquid of the same form, I find them more tolerable. I don't think it should give you heartburn, but not every product of theirs does. And when it does, maybe stop using it. Use something else. But there's still things that you would benefit from that would put cash back into your pocket for trying, and eventually which you're going to like and spread the word on because you use it. And then you have the multiplier effect. So each year, if you introduce to 2 people and they introduce to 2 people, each year, there's that multiplier effect, and that's what people talk about making the most money with, because then you get residual income, and then you're one of the people I was talking about that is taking from the you know, taking your cut. You're getting your cut on those sales. So initially, it seems like you're getting ripped off, right? Why are you sending money to these people you don't even know? Even the ones that sponsored you, you may not like enough to give them just extra cash. But it turns out like it does come full circle, just like karma. I believe that. And I'm in a vulnerable position. Like, I'm low income, and that's because of employers. That's not because of myself. That's not because, well, it is because I let's take it the other way. It's because of myself. In part, a lot of it is. It's because of myself, because of my value to society. Like I said, a year ago, I was a lot more constricted by fear. I was a lot closer to disability. More recently, on medication. It was really a hard time. And now, partly because of this, but partly because I'm spiritual, partly because I use marijuana, partly because I had treatments with acupuncture, I'm doing a lot better. I'm not 100% where I need to be yet, but with the confidence that's going to come from working out, that's another step. So we just keep growing and growing and growing like an onion. Instead of taking layers away, though, like a tree, we're accumulating them. So we get better and better each year. I'm very confident that 2022 will be a much better year. And you'll start to see results in me, physical results, and a lot of those results will be attributable to some of these products. Keeping my skin nice. I don't know how to be a model. I don't know how to be an athlete. I don't know how to keep my skin nice or to nurture myself to get the right nutrition. But these things make it easier to do. They have diets, they have plans in place that make it easier to do. If you have money, you can generally buy a solution to your problems, and this is among that solution. So as I make money in life insurance too, which is only because I started doing this, I'll spend it on those products and I'll get more results. So it's a full cycle, and it's a human cycle that's very human, and there's a community around this. So that's my thoughts there. You're not just making an enemy rich if you put yourself into it without expectation, without like betting rent money on any of the fees, any of the products, anytime, without going without food for the sake of trying a new product out, but just giving it like whatever value it has, like whatever value it is for you to have that treat come in the mail that you can eat or that you can enjoy that helps you in some way, because these products are specialized. They're not just like snacks that you would purchase at the store. They have nutritional purposes, they have scientific purposes behind them. So check out my website. I have links to my online store. I would like to talk to you personally. If you're interested in this, I would like to talk to you. Just give you a free 15-20 minutes of counseling on your life, just to see where you fit into this, just to see if this is even something you should check out, if it sounds like something that you're interested in, or if it sounds like something that could improve your life. You know, you're under no obligation to buy from me. I'm a psychic, and I do online readings, but in this case, this is something completely free that I just offer because I know that some of you will be interested in my organization. It's just the power of numbers. Some of you will be interested in yourself enough to make that investment that I did when I was a security guard and had something to lose when I bet $50 or $60 on this what appeared to be just a game, a side hustle that someone was doing. And I got the inner riches I mentioned just from that. So I really think you can go somewhere with this. So like I said, get in touch. Keep watching this show because I have more material. It's not just about marketing and business schemes. I would love to get beyond the lower part of Maslow's hierarchy where I'm just focused on paying the rent, paying the rent, paying rent. It's always about paying the rent. And I'm tired of that. I want to move forward. And so this is my way of moving forward. I have no expectations of the earnings I can make. I know that I get inner riches from it. I'll get experiences. I'll get something new to try. I'll get something that tastes good or that improves my life or that I just like for some reason that makes me stop itching from the scalp, right? I can make that claim that it honestly did that for me. There are other stuff that I've tried. Slay the Day. They have this formula called Slay the Day. I really like that as a drink. Again, I didn't experience heartburn with the drink. And New Skin. New Skin's a whole different ballgame that I recently discovered more about. That I recently see that this could replace my multivitamin. It has a lot more in it than that. The phytonutrients beyond the multivitamins that I take, and it's a pleasant drink. I love that stuff. It tastes probably like a superfood drink. And then they have the vanilla milkshakes, and I remember them being very good because I used to try it. My brother used to sell, so I tried their vanilla flavored shakes, and those give you a lot of protein too. So I've talked enough about this. Now my Buddhist side is saying, cut it out. You've given enough of this hype. But I can manufacture hype because hype is one of the things I sell. Hype is me. Hype is betting on myself. Hype is self-confidence and charisma. So that's enough for now on that. But evaluate it for yourself. Think about if any of this rings true or if it is true. If it turns out to be entirely false, then I will be sure I'll burn in hell or have a bad incarnation or come back as a cockroach, but it doesn't seem to be going that way. I started that way, and I think it's the reverse of that, becoming better, becoming healthier and richer and wealthier too.